It is the end of day one in here on this elk hunt. We're in the backcountry about 13 miles right now. And today I wore the Marsupial Bino harness. This is the enclosed one, so it's got enclosed all the way around the side here. And so far I've been super impressed with it. It's got magnetic closure, so it'll fold underneath and stays tight underneath there, so when you're pulling your binoculars out and glassing, you can pull up, put them back in one-handed, put this back over the top, and magnetic closure. Really quiet. Lots of features I liked about this thing. For these Bino harness reviews, we're using all the same gear and showing you how I put them in there. So in this front pocket here, on this Marsupial zipper pocket, got my license and tags, and I've got just a small little lighter. I like having a lighter on me at all times, just because usually the Bino harness is the one thing that I never take off. On this side, I've got the wind checker. It's pretty easy there. This wind checker. On this other side, I've got a little light. Just a little hat light that I like to have on here just for emergencies. So that works out really good in there. On the bottom of this, it's got molly webbing, so you can attach some of their accessories around there. And also on the back here, it's got just an elastic pocket. I've actually got, I'll show you it up close, that also, just a couple lens cleaning cloths. They've got tethers, just like most Bino harnesses. They've got the tethers that are quick detach, so you can put these on a tripod if you want to. I'm using the Sig Sauer Kilo 3000 binoculars, the BDX 3000s on all these. I'm on the back. You can see kind of how the strapping goes across. It's got a super comfortable harness system. It doesn't really dig in. It's wide enough that it's not cutting into your shoulders. Like I said, this is day one. I couldn't tell you how many miles we hiked today. We started at the bottom. We hiked all the way up and made a big loop around this basin. And super impressed with these. The full enclosure was awesome because it was so dusty. It's so dry up here and hot. We were able to keep my binoculars out of the dust. So this is the Marsupial enclosed Bino harness. This is the small, fits the Sig Sauer Kilo BDX 3000s perfectly. Super comfortable, easy on and off. And day one, that is the Marsupial Bino harness. It is the end of day two on this backcountry elk hunt. We're back at base camp where we have the horses. We made a long trip today. We covered all these big ridges up on top. Finally got a bull bugling. And today I was wearing the Outdoor Vision Bino harness. This thing's super sleek, low profile. It's magnetic closure, so it's magnetic. And it also has magnetics underneath here, so when you open it, it keeps it open. Fits the Sig Kilo 3000 BDX binoculars really well. Really easy one-handed use. Very quiet. I really like how it encloses over the top of the binos. As far as the gear, we've got the wind checker on the right hand side and then this little mesh pocket. Left hand side, got this little cap light. Got my license and tags in this front zippered pocket. Get it out there. And then the lighter I actually put in a little secret compartment underneath here, just because. So we got the lighter. Then actually underneath here, what this pocket is, it's a rain cover. So you can actually take it out like that, put it over the whole Bino harness, and keep the rain out, especially if you're getting lots of rain or snow or anything like that. It can be quick detach underneath here, so if you don't want it in there, you can just take that off there and just use it as another extra little pocket. So that's kind of a cool feature about it. The harness system, really comfortable, especially with a pack on. These top straps here, they're a little thicker. There was some mesh on them, and then the back, it's a little wider to kind of evenly disperse that weight out a little bit. So I really like the harness system on it, especially when I'm wearing the backpack. We did a lot of miles today, and it's nice having something that's comfortable. So this is the Outdoor Vision Bino harness. Like I said, this is the day two, so this is the second Bino harness. We've got two others to show you guys. Great minimalistic, I think, Bino harness. It's got these sleek pockets on the side. Fits everything that I need in it. And I really like this closure here. It kind of cups over the top of all the binos. So Outdoor Vision Bino harness, you guys check them out. Think you guys really like it. We'll see you guys the next day, which will be day three, and we'll be wearing a new Bino harness of this 4-day or 4-part Bino harness review. Today was all about covering country. We packed up camp this morning. We're actually back out at the trailhead now, and Today we're looking at the Alaskan Guide Creation bino harness. This thing, it's probably the biggest bino harness we're going to do on this review, and even with its size, it's very comfortable. We rode the horses a lot today, and over and all, very impressed. Very comfortable bino harness. As for the things I've got in here, I got my wind checker on the right hand side. It's a zippered pocket. On the left hand side there's also a zippered pocket. That's where I've got my little cap light. On the front zippered pocket here we've got our license and tags, and then underneath is where I've got my lighter. So this thing has tons of different places you can put things. Also the lens wipes I've got up here in this top kind of elastic pocket up here. So lots of places to keep stuff in this bino harness. It fits these Kilo 3000 by 6 Hour very well, with a little more room in there as well. It fits them very well, as you guys can tell. Detachable tethers. It's kind of got an elastic closure there. You just kind of flip it over this little loop here and shuts it off there. The harness system is very comfortable. This is, like I said, this is the Alaskan Guide Creations. Overall, like I said, I was a little nervous, especially riding the horse today, that it was going to be hitting the horn or anything like that, but it stayed pretty close to my body and very comfortable. Like I said, for its size, it's still very comfortable and doesn't feel like it's in your way all the time. So definitely want to check this one out. At the end of this review, we're going to go kind of do a head-to-head, kind of the pros and the cons of each one. But like I said, this is the Alaskan Guide Creations. Wore today, lots of covering country, and super impressed with it. So if you guys follow along with the Icon Tour this year, this upcoming year, this is going to be coming out before the Icon Tour of the species, you'll know that we kind of ran out of the country by fire. So this bino review was actually taking place about a week and a half later, when Chalice and I went back in and we backpacked into the same unit, different trailhead, trying to find elk. So on this trip I used the Futher Faster Design bino harness, and this is one I hadn't had a whole lot of knowledge about in the prior future. Super impressed. It's got a lot of cool features that I was super impressed with, but it's elastic closure. It just folds over the top, kind of like the Alaskan Guide Creation. So we kind of had the outdoor vision and the Marsupial that were magnet, and we had the Futher Fast Design and the Alaskan Guide Creation with the elastic closures. So fits the 6 Hour Kilo 3000 BDX binoculars really well. You'll notice on this one it doesn't have the tethers, which for me isn't that big of a deal. I usually keep my bino harness closed to where they're not going to be falling out anyway, so I'm not super worried about the tethers. But this one does not have the tethers. As for the gear, I've got the wind checker on the right side pocket here. I've got the license and tags on this front pocket. It's not zippered, but it kind of folds over pretty well and keeps them pretty secure in there, so I'm not worried about them falling out. As for got the lighter right here and the little pocket light, and then I've also got my lens cleaners down here. The cool thing about this one is it's got a place back here. It's kind of an elastic closure over the top, and you could actually, if you have a small size pistol, you can put that right in there. So that's where I've got the lens cleaners, the cap light, and the lighter. On the inside here on the bino system, it's also got two little pockets here you could put miscellaneous items in. Hindsight, I probably would put my lighter in this one here. But like I said, this is Futher Faster Design. You guys probably haven't heard of them, so you just want to check them out. The harness system is pretty minimalistic. It's just kind of got just the straps that cross over in the back. But binoculars felt really secure in here. Carried the gear that I needed. I've actually got extra pockets here, and in this back there's a lot of room for other items if you want to put other items in there. But like I said in the beginning of this review, we're using all the same gear to kind of show you guys how we put it in the different bino harnesses. But this is the Futher Faster Design. Super impressed with it. I've been really impressed with all these bino harnesses. Here coming up in just a second, you guys are going to kind of see the head-to-head and the pros and cons, or what I liked about each one or didn't like about each one. But all in all, great bino harnesses. Like I said, the Futher Faster Design, check these guys out. I'll leave a link in the description below for all these bino harnesses. But like I said, on this trip, overnight backpack trip, we didn't get into the elk, which is kind of frustrating, but the bino harness worked great, and you guys will be super impressed with it too. So check them out for their Faster Design, and I'm going to roll right into the pros and cons of each of these bino harnesses. As you guys can tell, it's not September anymore. It's actually the middle of November. I just got back from videoing the last portion of the icon tour of the species. Jim and I took a couple great bucks, whitetail bucks, and we're gonna dive right back into these bino harness reviews. Our original thought was we were gonna wear the bino harness, one bino harness per day on that hunt, and kind of give you initial thoughts. And we kind of did that in the videos that you saw prior to this. But we wanted to kind of take it a little one step farther and wear them for multiple days, and kind of give you a little more intel on these bino harnesses and what we thought of them after wearing them for multiple days. So we're gonna jump in and kind of do a pro and con, just really short, of each of these bino harnesses. We're gonna leave a link in the description below to all these bino harnesses, as well as pricing and everything like that. But the first one we used on that hunt was the Marsupial. This is the enclosed. It's the small. As far as pros for this one, super easy to use, one-hand usage. The inside of this bino harness is what really stuck out to me. It's super soft, so you didn't have to worry about your binoculars getting in there. And you know, I mean, most binoculars you're gonna wear or have that rugged armor, but it's super soft on the inside, so it's super quiet when you're sliding your binoculars back in there. So that super soft interior was one of the big pros of this Marsupial bino harness. The only con we could really come up with on these side pockets, they kind of have the stitching on, and it might just be on this enclosed one. It comes a little farther back, but it was a little tougher to get some things in there. But that's a pretty small detail there. And one thing, this back little elastic pouch here is kind of mesh. A zipper on that would have been nice. But other than that, the Marsupial, this is the enclosed, the small, fit those Sig Sauer BDX 3000 binoculars really well, and worked out really well on the multiple days that we used it. The next bino harness that we used was the Outdoor Vision. Once again, super simple to use, one-hand usage. The one thing I liked about this one, so the big pro for this one, is it came all the way over the top of your binoculars. So this lip here came over the top and fully enclosed your binoculars. So that was really nice. I like the rain pouch under here that you can kind of cover up your whole bino harness and keep it protected from the weather. The con from this one would be, I wish it had, at least it's got two magnets up here, and I wish there maybe would have been one more in there, or maybe a little stronger magnets. Every once in a while that would flop open if we were walking, or if you bent down too fast or anything. Every once in a while that lid would pop open. Binoculars never fell out. The con for that one would just be maybe one more added magnet in there, or a stronger magnet in that Outdoor Vision. Next one up was the Alaskan Guide Creations, and this thing, storage is going to be the big pro of this one. It's got so much storage. As you can see, it's got the side zipper pockets, the front zipper pocket, this lower zipper pocket, and then this one actually has a zippered pocket on the outside. So pro, like I said, and then this elastic on top. So the pro of this one is definitely the storage capabilities, which we kind of knew that going into. This one had a little more storage than the rest of these, but it was very nice to have that extra storage in there. Con for this one, every once in a while, like when we just got back from South Dakota, wearing bigger gloves, sometimes it was hard to unlatch that elastic over that little loop. So every once in a while it was kind of hard to get that undone if you had big gloves on. So that's one thing to think about if you're hunting in colder weather. Wearing no gloves, not really an issue at all. But super comfortable bino harness for how big it is. So that's the Alaskan Guide Creation. And the last one was the Futher Faster design. And this bino harness, like I said, had a lot of cool features to it. Wish this would have been a zippered pocket up here. So we're going to go into the cons on this one first. Wish this had a zipper pocket. And then the only other thing really was the harness system. Like some of these other harness systems, they had stitched in the back. That might have been a little nicer, because every once in a while, wearing like a t-shirt if it's warmer, the harness would actually slide up on your neck a little bit and cut in a little more. So I think just having that to where it'd separate and keep that away from the back of your neck or the sides of your neck would be a huge beneficial to this bino harness. But other than that, man, the pro of this one is the capability to pack a pistol. And the thing I thought about for this little compartment back here is if you got a little necessity bag, you could put a first aid or stuff like that, and you could actually slide that in there. If you weren't going to use it for a pistol, you could slide that in there and it would work really easy. But super easy to use and function. So yeah, so the pro is definitely the functionality of it. Easy use. You can flip this lid back and hook it behind these vertical straps here, and you can leave it open. So that was definitely some pros of this bino harness. And the cons, like I said, maybe fix that this harness to where it would be sewn in the back to keep it off the sides of your neck, and zipper up this front compartment. Nothing ever fell out of it, but that would be the only thing I could see. So once again, these are the 4 bino harnesses that we used this season. And like I said, I used every single one of them. I would continue to use every single one of them. So all 4 great vinyl harnesses. Like I said before, we've got the Marsupial, the small enclosed, the Outdoor Vision, the Elastic Guide Creation, and the Futher Faster Design. So if you guys are on the hunt for a new bino harness for this upcoming season, definitely check one of these 4 out. If you guys have any questions, hit us up, leave comments in the description below. We'll get back to you guys. And man, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, that alert bell. We had a blast, you know, kind of going through these different bino harnesses and using them throughout the season, and all great things about them. Little small things that you could tweak on each of them, but all in all, great bino harnesses. Check them out, and we'll see you guys on the next video.